3 weeks ago, I made a video on Nano Dimensions when it was just $2.90 per share. My financial model gave me an estimated price of $5 per share. And last week on Wednesday, the stock pushed past $5 and even hit an intraday high of $6 per share. Well, on Friday, NNDM plummeted to a low of $4.20 per share, and that was a fantastic opportunity to buy. Now the stock is again over $5 per share, and the question is it a good opportunity? Should you buy right now? Well, that's what I want to discuss today because Cathie Woods over at ARK Invest is buying shares of this stock, and I want to discuss and predict what her expectations are and what my price target is for NNDM. But first, don't forget to get 4 free stocks from Webull when you deposit just $100. Their promotion is the best I have ever seen, so make sure you check out that link in my description. Also, you can sign up for free for my Black Friday email specials in the description below, or claim your Black Friday discount for the weekly Option Income Academy so you can get a winner turkey dinner. Okay, let's take a look at what Cathie Woods RQ ETF did. As you can see here, they added over $4.5 million worth of NNDM, just over 1 million shares worth of the stock. Now, Nano Dimensions isn't really making any profits just yet, or it really isn't the most stable company out there, but ARK Invest sees a huge opportunity in them. Otherwise, they would not have added so many shares to their position. And I think that they're adding for multiple reasons. The first reason is the stock swung down a lot. So on a long-term basis, ARK wanted to make 20% as a margin of safety, as that was an opportunity because the stock fell down about 20% from their highs. And I'm pretty sure ARK Invest also had a similar price target based on your boy right here, ex-Goldman Sachs, of $5. So when they saw $4.20, well, they wanted to jump on that opportunity. I made a whole financial model of them and ended up being spot on. For ARK, they're long-term investors, but I'm sure they don't mind a short-term swing trade either, so they can make some more profits for their fund. That's exactly what ended up happening because they took advantage of the pullback. It's important investors take advantage of pullbacks, especially on stocks that they want to own long-term. Many investors just buy stocks and have a feeling of missing out, so they end up buying too high. But the real difference between a good investor and a bad investor is the good ones hold long and they hold strong. They hold long and strong, guys. That's what you have to do. They also take advantage of pullbacks where other investors start to panic and maybe even sell their stocks at a low point. You guys will make a lot more money long-term if you hold on to stocks strong and long. Now let's actually talk about why Nano Dimensions fell down so much on Friday, and literally look at what I said last NNDM video right now because even I am weirded out at my own prediction. But the 1-year chart has a slightly different story. The stock is flat on the year, so psychologically, this is an important time for the stock. One thing that I have to mention about the $3 offering, by the way, is it's not completely bad. Let's look at it from a different angle. The first direct offering was $2 per share. The second direct offering was $2.30, while the third direct offering is $3. And all of this happened in a span of just 5 months since May of this year. So who knows, we might see another offering coming in at $4 per share and then a $5 pretty soon, which is part of the reason why my thumbnail says $5 for this stock. So basically, Nano Dimensions announced the pricing of a 100 million registered direct offering. Nano Dimension had priced a direct offering of 25 million American depository shares at a price of $4 per ADS. With the net proceeds from the offering, the company plans to apply it towards working capital, general corporate purposes, and possibly business combination transactions. So of course, investors felt spooked that the stock was over $5 per share, but NNDM was raising capital at $4 per share as a valuation. For reference, Tesla raised $5 billion and a market cap of $462 billion, which was right at their trading price back in the early September, and the price of the stock still ended up falling. So basically what I'm saying is Nano Dimensions falling was totally justified, and this is information ARK Invest took advantage of. And they were able to take advantage of this information because they've been following the stock for some time. Even though I'm coming out with this video literally just 2 days after the stock has plunged, it looks like investors are gobbling up the stock before Thanksgiving's feast. That's fine though, because I still have some thoughts on what our family can do next. But first, I want to paint a picture of what Nano Dimensions business does so I can tell you guys which part of the business I think will take off and what will do best for investors holding the stock long term. Better yet, let's take a look at the video together. Those are the chips. Autonomous driving, payments, robotics, more robotics, automation, drones, they're really heavily in drones, okay? Dragonfly, that's one of their main products, which is 3D printing, amazing 3D printing. Materials, very important. Software, that's CAD, computer aided design. Looks really, really cool. Look at that technology. 3D printing. So that's 3D printing. That's mainly what they do. A lot of their business is 3D printing. Winning some awards. It's always good to win awards. Design and flexibility. That's important for businesses. Accelerating time to market. That is really important, especially for healthcare. I like their marketing a lot. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna cut off right there. Nano Dimensions is a provider of intelligent machines for the fabrication of additively manufactured electronics. They are critically integral enablers, that's such a mouthful, of autonomous intelligent drones, cars, satellites, smartphones, and in vivo medical devices. Essentially bridging the gap between chips and hardware. They're involved with 3D printing, as we just saw, and CAD, which is computer-aided design. When I entered Drexel, I was actually a biomedical engineering student, and it was really tough for me, and it's not my thing, but I do find this stuff really fascinating, and the industry is growing so much. Engineers, if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comment section below. Nano Dimension's precision additive manufacturing technology for printed electronics allows for engineers and designers to bring agility to the world of hardware. Cathie Woods has this in ARK because the company is progressing 3D printing and automation and robotics. Now, what does this mean for the stock? As promised, what are my thoughts? What am I going to be doing here? Well, I usually don't mention limit orders, but I have one set for Monday at $5 per share for 100 shares, and I haven't been executed yet, but I am ready to purchase the stock at $5 per share. And it's not a lot, but I think NNDM has a bright future ahead. Chief Financial Officer of Nano Dimension said this, and I thought it was really interesting to note here. As we have projected starting April 2020, the reduced revenues in 2020 as a result of the pandemic being prolonged and re-emerging crisis, we're in fact expecting to be lower than we have achieved. But actually in Asia Pacific, the revenues have seemed to already start a modest recovery in the fourth quarter of 2020. We believe that the United States is still in process of downswing of capital expenditures under the influence of the pandemic, and the European prospective customers are also sinking back towards a commercial standstill under the effects of the second wave. However, as the market stagnation is prolonged, understandably hesitant and or careful customers tend to delay investments and break through new prototyping and fabrication technologies of, high performance electronic devices. That was a whole lot of information by the CFO, but what I actually found the most interesting is his very last sentence, and I should have probably said the very last sentence to begin with. While the phenomena are clear and present, they are probably temporary. That's right, they are temporary. Eventually, we will get out of the situation we got going on here, guys, and under control, when it does go under control, we will resume revenues for all these companies that are involved with all these industries that are cyclical. And by cyclical, I mean these industries are under pressure right now. They're not essential businesses, but I think they are very vital businesses and they help other businesses grow. We will eventually get out of the pandemic and these companies will resume their revenues. It's not really like airlines, which I really like, by the way, but they have a long-standing impact until all customers regain confidence to start traveling again. Whereas with technology, it's an essential component of business, especially for Nano Dimensions. So all I want to say is that ARK Invest is picking up shares because they see a long-term opportunity. Let's take a look at NNDM's chart for a little bit more information. All right, guys, so as you can see right here, if I'm looking at the chart right now, basically the stock has been trending lower for quite some time, starting in June, and to be honest, it's been trending lower, but I'll get to that in a second. Starting around the September area, right at the end of September, the stock really started to skyrocket. Part of that is really because, well, ARK Invest had a keen eye on this stock and they started adding to their position. And a lot of investors noticed that because a lot of people do like ARK Invest, and Cathie Woods is a phenomenal investor. I'm pretty sure she's like the next Warren Buffett, and she called Tesla very early on. So essentially this stock has multiple peaks. I mean, it peaked right here, then we had a pullback. Investors were like, nope, we want more. So it peaked again, and then it had a pullback. And right here at $2.90 is actually when I made my very first video talking about NNDM and recommending it to you guys on the channel. And this is exactly where I made a discounted cash flow analysis model, which ended up doing really well in terms of views. And right here is when I was thinking that this stock is a very good bargain, and I was saying that this stock is worth $5 per share. Well, lo and behold, actually we have seen this stock rise, fall, and then rise and peak at $5.86 for a close, with actually a peak of $6 intraday. And basically what I'm seeing with this stock is, well, it's pretty hard to predict what will happen exactly, but it definitely looks like there's a lot of strong momentum. And if you look right here, there's already been a sell-off, and guess what? That sell-off was not sustained. There was a huge sell-off, but it wasn't sustained. Now we're bouncing back, just like we were here, just like we were here. People are, investing in the stock long term. It's going up. We obviously see a lot of demand, and then other investors are taking money off the table. They're taking their profits, but it is not successful, which is actually a good thing, because it's not successful because there's too much demand in the stock long term. Either Cathie Woods, other institutions, hedge funds, There are people buying this stock, which is why I am confident in this stock long term. I think they have a lot going for their business. However, I'm not sure what's gonna happen exactly because the RSI is 61. I wouldn't call this stock super cheap, but I wouldn't call it very expensive. And if we actually look at the 2-year chart, you can see this stock was about $16 per share. It was pretty much a $20 stock, and we have fallen significantly. However, we are seeing a lot of buying up right now, and I think this stock will have upwards momentum. However, I don't think it's gonna be $20 per share anytime soon. It's not gonna just pop up by 4 times in the next, 3 to 6 months, but it could. It really could. It could have that impact if, the economy really does improve and our whole situation does improve sooner than expected. But still, I do see the stock going up. I said it was worth $5. I will have to do another DCF, and that does take some time, so I don't know what my DCF model would say, like my financial model would say, but I can see the stock going up to $7.50. I can still see the stock going up about 50% from here if we see good things happening. There you have it, my thoughts on NNDM. Don't forget to take a look at the Black Friday course special. All of the students that I have so far have been super happy, and I'm super proud because people are learning I did a good job and all my work is going into fruition. And all my work is paying off not only for me, but for all the students, so I'm super happy to offer a special for Black Friday. I have so many more videos planned so soon. I just wish I could make more than 1 video per day, but it is a lot of work. I really do appreciate any likes, any subscribes. I really appreciate it because I'm working hard to make you guys stupid rich, as you already know. So all I have to say is peace, guys, and be aggressive in learning, but be safe in investing.
No one never sees me.